friends, Jamie here, and today I want to show you a short process video with some card making. This week at Bella Blvd, the product focus is on Delight in His Day. It's a collection from Illustrated Faith, and I have out there some dimensional cards, and I want to show you how to do a couple of those cards today. So let's get started. Okay, what you're going to need, I've got one of the cards here that I've already done, and what you're going to need is, to make your own, is just a blank card. This is regular cardstock that's trimmed down to be 4 1/4 inches wide, 5 1/2 inches tall, just your basic card right there. I have die cut a couple of hearts from the Delight in His Day collection. And then the other thing you're going to need, this is a super simple card, is the washi tape that goes with that. So let's get started. I'm going to just add a strip of washi tape. On this particular washi tape, there is a part that says on here, enjoy life. And I want that to kind of go right here on this far right 2/3 portion of the card. And then I'm just going to tear the rest of the tape off. And that's basically the background foundation for this card. And then to add dimension with these hearts, my secret weapon is the hot gun. This is what I use to make my dimensions. I've added a small amount on the back of this card. I'm going to adhere this flat. And it's going to raise up a little bit, which is just fine. I'm actually also making sure that the enjoy life shows right there. Next thing I'm going to do is sort of fold this heart piece kind of right down the middle. So it's got a little bit of a gentle fold to it. I'm going to apply hot gun generously. And then one of the things I like to do is I like the hot glue rather, to just sort of dry and firm up a little bit so that it's not completely hot. And then I bring it over here to my card and I don't lay it flat at all. I actually kind of move it around a little bit. And I keep pulling up on this piece, on this top die cut piece, until I think it's dry enough. And it's just because of all that action, you're left with some dimension in the card. Let me see. Okay, this next card we're going to do is got a little bit more detail to it. And it has these notch banners that go across the background, popped up a little banner here, and then added some enamel dots. So let's get started on that one. I have already trimmed out several pieces of pattern paper from the Delight in His Day collection, and they're just about almost 3 inches wide, and I've notched the ends of them. Another part of adding dimension to these elements on the cards is I go in with a ruler and just sort of pull up the edge of the side of the paper with a ruler, kind of going with my fingernail maybe, and just give it a little bit of a raised edge. And it's not too severe, just enough that obviously when the paper lays down on a surface that it's not going to be sticking up or anything like that. So I'm going to finish these out. Okay, and just like I did when I was applying the hearts, I'm just going to be adding hot glue, a fairly generous amount, just right there only in the middle. That's the only place I want my adhesive to be. And I'm going to just let that sit. I don't mess with that too much. These paper strips are sort of laid down randomly. I kind of put them on top. I lay them over each other, and there's not this huge rhyme or reason to them. Which is part of the fun and part of the whimsy of it. So this just keeps repeating until all of the background is in place. And it's also a great way to use up your scraps of pattern paper, because these papers are so gorgeous. I love mixing the patterns anyhow. And so if I don't have to throw away paper, but I can make some use of them, more power to it. Okay, so let that dry a little bit and get rid of all your little cobwebs. And then there is your base background for the rest of the card. Okay, and what I'm doing next now, I just have this little mini clip that's just in my stash that's going to be used for this. I took a sticker from the Fundamentals sticker sheet for this collection. I've added some dimensional foam tape to the back because I don't want it to lay flat. I'm just going to find a good place to put that clip, and this is just going to go over this card. And everything now appears as though it is floating. And I really love the texture, the depth, the dimension. This is one of my favorite go-to techniques on any paper crafting project that I work on. And to round it out, just add a couple of dimensional dots. Just give it a little bit more interest and fun and play. And that is how you make dimensional cards.